Welcome one and all to our final MC5 ESL tournament of the weekend. My name is Peter Canopit Hartnell. Welcome one and all if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch or Mob Crush. We've got all the best ESL action for you today. Greetings to long-time viewers like Nova Taylor, like our moderator, Hero Gaming Simon, Fluid over on Twitch and Corona on Facebook. Good to see all you guys and more. We have got officially 6 teams taking part today in the Red Cup number 4 for the Challenger Series. Let's take a look and see who we've got on the card. So up the top half of the bracket, we have got a very French experience as Victory of Lords coming in as our number 1 seed. We'll be going right through to the semi-finals. Flint's crew and Victis will be competing for their chance to go up and try and knock out the Lords in the semis. Backpack Magic against Chinese representatives JZD Gaming will be competing for a place against SAD representing the United Kingdom. Same sort of situation as Victory of Lords up above. We are going to get ourselves a little bit of a community game going if we can sneak one in before the ESL picks off. So guys, if you have a tier 7 and below loadout, tier 3 and below armor, tier 7 and below weapons, and you can play on stream during the community games which have just been set up right now. We'll of course be jumping into whatever ESL game comes our way as soon as it does. But for now, we want you guys to show us what you are capable of. That's one of the JCD members. So, Marco Mercury, let me just send the bracket through to all of the chats. So for any of you guys who'd like to follow along yourselves while the tournament is going forward, then you'll be able to do so. Also, if any of you haven't already, please do drop by the ESL MC5 Discord and you'll be able to make some friends over there, which is discord.gg/ESL Modern Combat. I believe our first game today is going to be... Oh, actually, it's going to be right now. I do apologize, guys. Perhaps I was a little ambitious to try and fit in the game before the first ESL match. Let's see. So we'll come back to that in a bit. We'll get in community games between each of the rounds. But for now, we have ESL business to attend to. Let me just update. I'm Marky Mercury, why Discord? Well, that's because that's where the MC5 fans are. ESL, they run their own tournament-focused Discord. And from there, you can find out information about the tournaments which are coming up, as well as provide your feedback and such like to the tournament organisers. Right. So, it's going to be Flint's crew versus Victis. Crew. As I mentioned before, both of these teams hailing from France will be competing here today for a chance at their country folk Victory of Lords in the next round of competition. Should be pretty cool. You see Flint's over in the blue, Victis in the red. Again, both representing France to go on to face off against their country folks. Looks like we'll be just about to start. Our admin for today is Antrax. The prize, of course, for these iOS Red competitions is €100, as well as the chance to get through to the monthly finals, which will be a little way down the line. Labito asking about Android. That will be next week. This Saturday coming will be all about the Android players. For now though, let's get in and see what our players are capable of. Our first round of ESL competition takes place here on these streets. Manga YouTube, welcome, welcome. Plus, you see Vulcan is playing today. Ah. Yes. Vulcan, certainly been around the block a few times. Has proven themselves to be a pretty heavy hitter when the opportunity arises. Flint's crew look like they're spreading out onto the map, but a very common strategy from the red squad, Victis, is to take hold of the very extreme left end of the field. But a couple of kills coming in from Flint's crew may put pay to that kind of idea very early on. Who's got those kills? Nemesis, for one, and coming in from the top will be Vulcan, cut down as they attempt to get even more kills. Senpai up at the top as well, but Flint's crew, they've got the lead now. Victis, they can't just stay back in their spawn or they will eventually lose. Now, the bottleneck will come back to bite them, because as much as there are only a few ways to get into the back area, there are also equally only a few ways to get back out. And for Victis, they are almost certainly going to struggle to get out and start getting that points. Marco Mercury, do we like Crean? Well, who doesn't, honestly? I was just about to watch the Live Aid concert back myself. Complete lockdown from Flint's crew so far. We have got the bomber coming in, the airstrikes, as Kazuma tries to rush forward. Does get a couple of kills in for Victis to allow them some space to breathe. Vulcan has gotten back into the spawn, and now we see the two teams, they've actually switched positions entirely. Vulcan now controlling the entryways as Kazuma is up on top with that boss, trying to provide enough damage to be heard. Flint's crew at this point, with Nemesis getting an impressive 5 kills and Vulcan with 5 of their own. The shoe is now very much on the other foot. For Flint's crew, they have every reason to try and stay in the far left-hand corner and make Victis fight in and out of that far defensive position. Basically, the entire game could be that, but it looks like Nemesis and the rest of Flint's crew, they don't want to take the safe victory. Instead, they will go for a full-on brawl out in the main part of the streets. May and Cisco, the current top scorers for Flint's crew, but it's looking like it's going to be a pretty decisive game number 1. As on the move, Victis, they're trying to break away from the center, find themselves a new place to defend from. Have got the shield of May to hide behind. In the inside, Kazuma going crazy with the boss, but can't get through that shield. And it's again Victis on the run. That Gok does get one as the respawns come in. Prince is on the very far side, away from the rest of the squad. Could go for some kind of flank here. Does manage to get at least some shots, but no guaranteed kill. And ultimately, Nemesis 11-0 so far, untouched. And looking extremely scary. Central rooftops, highly contested at the moment. Victis, though, they barely gotten into 2 figures, while Flint's crew continues to be absolutely terrifying. Vulcan picking up that kill streak up onto 12 right now. The airstrike's going to be sliding through. Will light up the center of the map, but won't get the kills. Still, there's plenty of kills to be had. MITE Phone 6. Nice. Nice one at T-Mobile. Marco Mercury, you like MC5 for being a mobile game? I think it's very much to its credit that it is all available on mobile as well as on PC. Senpai gonna also join the heady heights of the scoreboard that is Flint's crew. 4 of the 5 members with an impressive scoreline. Flint's crew, they're setting themselves up as a challenger for the victory of Lord Squad, who I'm sure are watching this with extreme interest. At least, Flint's crew, they've tipped their hand a little bit. Vulcan, Nemesis, and Midday, all heavy hitters, along with, to a slightly less extent, Senpai. But yeah, really well done to Flint. That's a very strong start to today's competition. We're going to get you guys back out here once more, though. Excuse me. And see if we can get a community game in while we can. Just going to let Anthrax, our admin today, know what's going on, and we'll see about getting you guys on to the... Let's not go for the streets again. Let's go for something a little bit different. Let's go for construction site. So come and join us. ESL 123. And show us what you're capable of. Team Mobile, you'd like me to speak some Spanish? Oh boy, I'd have to look up my collection of Spanish phrases. Let me just take a second to do so. Right, well, let's see. I could ask how everyone is. ¿Cómo están todos? We had a gran juego, a great game before. Now we're just looking for more and more. We're greedy, you might say. Marco, well played. You liked the game? Yeah, that was some very nice stuff. Mango YouTube Gaming, you like some Particle Wave? Well, since you asked nicely, well, I'll put that on during the break. Mango YouTube, I know you are a fiend for those particle waves. Actually, now's as good a time as any. I actually meant to do that on the bracket screen. I think that'd be a cool thing to have over the bracket screen. Hey, Daxi. Leo Issa N. How you doing, huh? Hope everyone is having a grand old time wherever they might happen to be in the world. We'll be getting back to our ESL competition. Oh, actually, pretty much straight away. So, we'll get this one started, then we'll have to leave and attend to our ESL duties. Guys, of course, if you'd like to play with other people who are watching the stream along with you, then all you need to do is use that passkey and you'll still be able to join the game. The global chat invite will still work as well. For now, though, we are getting ready for that second game between Flint's crew and Victis. So have fun in the break game, and we'll catch you guys in just a few moments' time with that second game lobby. Welcome back, gentle friends, one and all. Gather round! It's time for another competition. Flint's crew and Victis going head to head here on the construction side. Last time round, Flint's crew looked very, very dominant, which is exactly what they'll need to be if they're going to stand a chance of taking down the extremely veteran team of Victory of Lords in the next round. Of course, having some old hands on the squad like Midday goes a long way as well, but Vulcan, Nemesis, expecting them to put out a very sterling performance this time round as well. Kazuma from Victis round the corner, doing some good work with the shred there, putting down a quantity of covering fire. Don't know if they've spotted out number 5 from the squad. Not quite in time. Daffy puts them down. Decoy over there, not going to fool Daffy this time, as Midday picks up a kill, going into the sniper's nest themselves. Grenades raining in around. No, I take it back. Of course, it's the Imp's explosive ammo. There's the grenade instead being chucked across. Midday stopping for a second just to pick up yet another kill and another. Oh boy. This is already turning into a rout in favor of Flint's crew. Midday continuing to throw through the points. 7-1 so far. The standout player just hunting with this Imp sniper rifle. Of course, the one-shot kills, extremely effective if you've got the iron nerve. Marco Mercury. I don't actually speak Spanish. I've just learned, well, I say learned, I've just got written down a bunch of random Spanish phrases. Oh. Right now, it's looking like this one, well, Flint's crew, the French team in blue, it's very much got the number of the French team in red. Victis. Xerox. Good night. Of course, it's very different times in different parts of the world. Thank you for joining us today. And we'll hope to see you again in the future. Vulcan gets taken down, but this is more or less a formality at this point. Midday still dominating. The team's otherwise pretty even between the two. But Midday has proven to be unstoppable. Nemesis and Vulcan both getting kills themselves. Midday leads a charge into the last remaining Victis members. 4 minutes on the clock. Victis, I don't think there's any chance of them coming back at this point. Can only fight for pride and to go down swinging. Blackgok, will we force the fall back? As Prince is by the sniper's nest. Kazuma regenning just away from the primary action. Cisco on the move. Kazuma coming in with that boss, but ultimately it's going to be incredibly hard to even keep themselves on their feet. Last few kills coming in. Midday is here. Definitely the standout player. Has got not the final kill, ultimately. But hey. Still, the results speak for themselves. Flint's crew, 50 kills. And game number 2 means they will be going forward to face off against the Victory of Lords team for a place in our grand finals today. And that chance at €100. Zolek also doing impressive stuff alongside Vulcan and Nemesis. Pretty much for Flint's crew, they have been eye-wateringly good. Mustafa Hamzan, what's with that gun? I'm not sure which one you were referring to when you were asking which gun it was, but the Bramson was the submachine gun. The Imp sniper rifle was the one that was being used to instantly kill people. Those are probably the ones you were referring to, if it was either of them. Right. So let's get a break game set up. So every time we finish a series, as we just did here, we'll get you guys back on stream with the passkey ESL 123. Let's go to overtime. And let Anthrax know what's going on. So guys, come and join me. See if you can find those global chat invites, or just enter the passkey and make your own way here for this community game, which will take place while the next ESL game is getting set up. That, I believe, will be our first result of the day. As you'd expect, it came through pretty darn fast. Backpack Magic and JZD Gaming are currently playing on the bottom half of the bracket. We should soon have a result from them. Whichever team wins there will go on to face the UK's SAD squad. For now though guys, enjoy the break game and we'll be back with you soon. Friends, it's time to get it on for the semifinals. Flint's crew, fresh off their victory, go up against the third French team and big kahunas of ESL. At least one of them. Victory of Lords. Now, Victory of Lords, they've got quite the history. They've been around for pretty much forever and have got many tournament wins under their belts. Recently, though, they've been taking a little bit of challenge from the country folk, the noob tubers, and fallen heroes, as well as SAD, the team representing the UK that's playing here in this very tournament. So it's not a guarantee, as the first minute will lead to only a single kill being secured, and it's in favour of Flint's crew. Zola, can we check in with here? The beneficiary of that single point, but it's all it's going to take ultimately. Of course, God might have something to say about that. Deciding for slightly shorter range, while Make, who tends to be more of the long-range fire support, will do some real nice round-the-corner firing. So with decent players, they'll spot someone else and then they'll come back out from outside the wall and shoot them. But with these players who are very good, they'll be able to have their sights exactly where they would most likely run across the opposition. Flint's crew almost getting wiped off the map as, oh my god, Make's airstrike kills 4 of them. And Flint's crew, they're forced to almost entirely respawn on the other side of the map. Bombing run now coming in across. Daffy cut down to minimal health. Nemesis. Zoltek and Nemesis, the only ones with kills so far. And it's looking like this could be an absolute rout in favour of the Lords. The Lords, as I said, lost out in the last tournament to SAD from the UK. Winning out here will get you a pass right through to the finals. And that's the only way you can win money. Marco Mercury. I'm not quite sure what you mean, but if you're saying that you have to go because of having other stuff you need to do, thank you for dropping by the stream. I hope to see you again next weekend. We have competitions every single weekend, as well as monthly finals that will be coming up a little way down the line, where the stakes are 5 times as big as regular competition. Noe Gonzalez Medina, good to see you. And Make, it's good to see pretty much everybody. Oh my gosh, just absolutely ludicrous. Marco Mercury, thank you for your well wishes. Doru Trika, you like MC5, I think? I'm glad to hear it. Nemesis, though, manages to take down the ace from the Victory of Lords. So it's not quite over as of yet. Of course, Make will be the one to watch. So head back into the center. Just able to eviscerate each member of the Flint crew they come across. Will it be a third time's the charm? No. Phoenix the one to take the kill credit in the end, with a little bit of coverage from up on high. Fighting now up and down the stairs. Victory Lords doubling the score of the Flint crew, which is, honestly, that's a pretty good look for Flint's crew considering how poorly this one started. 3 minutes left in this first semi-final game. God just walks through. Will eventually fall down, but showing no fear whatsoever of their country folk, the Flint's crew. Nemesis, honestly, picking up a positive KDA in this game is a pretty darn impressive thing. We'll check back in with Make. 17 kills. Has switched from the COG V across to the BSW sniper rifle. We'll, of course, still have a few grenades to chuck around, and we'll secure that kill onto mid-A. Real nice stuff. Make still on the prowl, looking for more. Misses that last shot. Does take some grenade damage, but just about survives. Nemesis again, able to find that crucial kill. But in an environment like this, even the kills coming in for Flint's crew, who've somewhat stabilized. When you've got Make in the mix, it's just not even close. Nearly 20 kills for the ace of the Victory of Lords right now. The rest of the team are almost identical, all with 4 or 5 kills for the Lords. Plus, you're a fan of the Victory of Lords team. Based on their performance, it's no surprise. Make, whatever happens in these last couple of minutes, is most definitely going to comfortably take that MVP badge for this game. They have been terrifying. Another good use of the pre-fire there. I'd imagine making use of the evil eye to see the target before they come through. This little firing slit here gives Make a chance to look out onto the central map. We'll have a little bit of a visitor finally falls down. Mid-A getting the double kill, trying to get a few more. This one looks like it's beyond salvaging, but Nemesis is continuing to step up for the team. Does fall in that last encounter, but Flint's crew, they've closed the gap on the Lords. Perhaps, just perhaps, they can give the Lords something to remember them by in this later game. God and Phoenix picking up more kills for the Lords. 45 seconds left to play. One more kill is going to do it. Will God strike down? No, Daffy survives for just a few moments more in close quarters with a sniping, but it's going to eventually fall down. And who better than Make to take that final kill and push Victory of Lords that much closer to our grand finals. There we go again. Honestly, Nemesis did real nice stuff for the finals, for the Flint's crew, but it is going to be Make, who you can see there, just absolute star of that last game. Guys, we are going to take a short break while we get set up for Game 2 between the Lords and Flint's crew. Flint's crew, they came back pretty darn well in that towards the end of that last game, but can they take that stolen momentum and turn it into a win? Guys, we will be right back. Volveremos enseguida. We'll see you guys after the break with the continuation of the semi-finals. Welcome back, everybody. It's time to see what Flint's crew have got for us. Now, game one, it was a pretty crushing victory for the Victory of Lords team, thanks in large part to the performance of Make. They were terrifying elemental force upon this battlefield. Now we've headed out onto construction site. There'll be plenty more chances for Make to train those oh so deadly sights upon the opposition. There's every possibility the Victory of Lords will be going up against SAD, the team that knocked them out in the previous round, if the Victory of Lords win out here. The other semi-final going on at the moment is Backpack Magic from the USA against SAD representing the UK. One of those two will go through to the finals. One of these two you're seeing here will do the same. An attempted sneakeroo from Vulcan. Doesn't go so well, but this game is looking a heck of a lot more even than the first one. Make sneaking round to the side, seeing if they could find their way in. Man, really cutting down their visibility lines there, and it works out very well, almost unseen as they break the deadlock between the two squads. Make, like before, is dominating the kills so far, just playing at a whole different level to anyone else playing right now. Plus, if you're a fan of Make, I think that is a pretty solid idea. Are they known as Mac? I would have thought Make. There's definitely a Y in there. Two minutes down. Nothing decisive made as of yet. Nemesis. Sneakeroo round the side. Make is trying to do the same to Flint's crew. Looks to be the Victory of Lords are setting themselves up with a firing line right out of that sniper's nest on the very south side of the map. Now Nemesis is going to go face to face. I'm pretty sure has been spotted out. 2 kills come in for Flint's crew. And suddenly, Victory of Lords, they've got a whole different proposition on their hands now. They are the ones behind. Make still sneakerooing around from the side. I really like to see the Lords coming in and supporting Make, who's now switched across to the assault class for those extra grenades and a consistent firepower. Still though, at long range, there's very few who can touch Make. 5 to 5. 3 minutes have already been burnt. There we go. The backup is there for Make as the rest of the squad come in. Vulcan grabbing that last kill, putting the Flint's crew back into the lead once again. What is the plan here for the Victory Lords? What's their ploy? Because right now, this is looking a hell of a lot more competitive. And it might just be down to the map change. Construction site, certainly a heck of a lot kinder than Vantage was for Flint's crew. Nemesis gets another as Flint's crew continues to lock down the center of the map. Make snipes off a kill from range. Is staying outside of the center, but Daffy will not be fooled. Geoni went to the next tournament for PC in 2 weeks' time. You just missed the PC tournament, which took place yesterday. Lords are behind. Nemesis is a big part of that. Got Daffy controlling the first chamber of the interior, with Nemesis coming in to provide support. In from the side will be team captain and owner Stress. Thinking about charging in. Cheeto on the other side as Midday grabs the kill onto God. Flint's crew, they could have the Victory of Lords number here, as while there are kills coming in for the Victory of Lords team, Flint's crew, they've managed to stick to their one strategy and one majorly successful player, Nemesis. Midday is here, 4-4, just accelerating the end of the game, but it's Nemesis who's really getting the job done. Make trades across. It's going to... oh man, Make's now switched across to the heavy. Real nice. Falling back for a second. while the rest of the team stack up outside the center. Nemesis is on the prowl looking for that flank once again. It's going to come in and look maybe for a pinch on the Victory of Lords team, who are just 3 behind. Make go into close quarters, taking matters into their own hands as Stress covers the flank. Airstrike will ride down the left-hand side and soften up those targets for the kill. Nemesis in from the back for Flint's crew as Victory of Lords equalize. Nice major work there, going 1 versus 4. Will fall down. But ultimately, it's going to be dead even in this last part of the game. Make grabs 1 kill face to face. On the south side, Flint's crew looks to be setting up, looking for another flank. Nemesis, of course, leading the charge into Lord's territory. Will get cut down from above. Stress managing to tear up the Flint's crew with that Bramson. This game a hell of a lot closer than we maybe would have given it credit for early on. Good. Covering the flanks along with Make, who's still sticking with the heavy, avoiding some of those shots with some fancy feet. Can't quite disengage in time, but maybe they don't need to. The Lords are ahead. 1 minute left to play. Grenades going off, trying to open the door for Victory of Lords to get back into that center once again. Sniping kill comes across. Flint's crew starting to close that distance. 30 seconds left to go. Guard's gonna drop down into the heart of darkness. It's time to run out for Flint's crew. They've been playing this game out so incredibly well, but ultimately, it looks like the Lords have done just enough to guarantee themselves the victory. Is Make again, who's proven to be the immovable object. Victory of Lords are going to the finals. Sally Folschweiler, if you do spot anyone who's doing anything they shouldn't be during ESL competitions, do get in touch with our ESL admins. I'll send you guys a link to the place where you can file a ticket. There isn't a huge amount to be done from trying to tell me about it, because I'm not an admin. I can't do anything myself, but you can definitely file a ticket with the admins to get them to take a look into it. If you see someone doing something they shouldn't, please do get that, that particular bit of the video and send it to them. It'll make life a lot easier for the admins. So, Make still continuing to impress. Okay, Sally, if you've done that, that's all you can do. As I said, I can't do anything about it myself, but appreciate you letting us know. We're going to have a custom game. Come and join us with the passkey ESL 123. Gioni, please make a tournament tomorrow for PC. I'm afraid we can't. We can only allow to run 3 tournaments per weekend. But hopefully in the future there will be plenty more PC tournaments to enjoy. So let's make MVP. I think that's a totally fair assessment. Alright. Let's get this game going and see what things are snowing. We're heading to the museum for this time around. ESL 123 global chat invite. If you're on iOS, we want you in this game, showing us what you're capable of. Whew. Let our admin know. So Antrax has been helping out. Danny W now stepping in for them. Oh boy, I do enjoy players using the opportunity to make some political statements with their usernames. Oh boy, oh boy. So come and join us, guys. Once we got 2 players on each team, we'll get this one started. Woosus, good to see you. Hope you're doing well and you're having a grand old time wherever you might happen to be in the world. Invite going out once more. Yeah, guys, if you haven't already, please do come and join the ESL Modern Combat Discord. If you'd like to play an ESL competition but you think, hey, I haven't got a team for myself, then that's the place to get a team. Alright, well, tell you what, in the interest of getting this one started before we end up abutting onto our next ESL game, let's check to see if Larry Shops is going to join. And if not, we'll just get this one started and let you guys join in as it progresses. Alright. Let's get started. We'll see you guys on the other side of the break. We are dropping into our other semi-finals to find ourselves an opposing force for Victory of Lords to take on in the grand finals here today. SAD representing the UK, though I suspect very much not from the UK. Over in the blue have got the first game already concluded in their favour. Backpack Magic now fighting for their very survival. Backpack starting things off solidly. Suthi just tearing through fools. Down in the underbelly of the construction site, there was a DC from the SAD team right back at the beginning of the game. So Backpack, they've got a real chance to fight their way back here and prove themselves worthy opposition for the Victory of Lords team who await them in the finals. Deepat grabbing their first kill of the game as Hero does some pretty sweet grenade work. Deepat though, almost like a trapdoor spider, just lurking down there. Will get a little bit of the knife to their face for their troubles as Drainic joins back in again, the player who disconnected before for the SAD team and is already putting work in for them. Has got that Bramson to chuck out absolutely tons of damage. The southern side of the map dominated for now by Backpack Magic, who are sniping off kills as they come are wandering their way. Drainic, thinking about making the flank across, knows how dangerous it is to step beyond the wall. Drainic's going to go 1v2, gets that first kill, somehow. Looking for a second, can't quite find it. Backpack Magic keeping the good times a-rolling. Suthi, 5 kills so far, DCL XVI as well. But it's Suthi who's managed to keep those deaths down low, low, low. And is keeping Backpack ahead along with the rest of the team. Marin does manage to step up in there. As we have got the blues, SAD on the roam through the bottom part of the map. Deepat though, whoa! Able to find a new lease of life for Backpack Magic. Airstrikes coming, the bomber will pick up one, or at least assist in doing so. Backpack, the red team, they're looking real good right now as they look to equalize the series and show us what they are capable of. Suthi will find Hero hiding behind the Hero's shield as even more airstrikes come in. A few kills drifting SAD's way, but nowhere near enough. Three minutes left to play. Backpack Magic still looking pretty unstoppable. There was some chatter between the games suggesting that the first game could well have been down to a DC. A disconnection from one of the Backpack Magic members that allowed for the game to go the way it did. Certainly here on the construction sites, they are looking at crazy good. Almaty for the SAD squad did start to get some kills of their own, but got shut down. PUBG Sinistro, Android will be next week. Hope you'll come and join us for that. Last few kills coming in. Backpack Magic so close to equalizing this series, and they will manage it. One game apiece. Victory of Lords. Watch from the finals position. Their place already secured. In this case, a very, very even game. Koru from Backpack Magic, their best performing member ultimately. But Suthi and Deepat and Alex, honestly, the whole team rocking up some pretty great numbers. Guys, we're headed to break. When we return, Game 3 of SAD and Backpack Magic will find ourselves a second finalist. Gentle friends, welcome back once again. It's the last semi-final game of the tournament. Backpack Magic and SAD clash for the final time for a place in the finals and a spot to compete against the Victory of Lords team representing France. Ray Komzak, is this live? Oh yeah! The games is live, the commentary is live, all of it is live. First kill has gone across the Backpack Magic squad, SAD. Firing across, but suppressing fire from Hero, who manages to plink through just enough damage. Not able to escape though from D-Pat, who drives them from cover with grenades. And picks up another kill as well. All three of the Backpack Magic kills on D-Pat with their heavy scoped Cog V looking to operate from long range. Of course, the Cog V, extra damage when you scope in. So expect D-Pat to try and keep their distance and keep the good times a-rolling. Backpack Magic starting off strong. Thusi doing some nice work as well next to the hangar up in the top left position. D-Pat going right up into the faces. No deaths as of yet, but will still go forward, eventually falling down to the deep diver themselves. Drainic picking up Sad's only second kill of the game, but they're starting to maybe come back in. Hero trades their life across. The difference between the two teams, 6, as Al-Matri finds a nice flank around, chucks out a future grenade, hits another kill through. Starting to get those strikes coming in. Combined arms means there is going to be a bomber coming in for Sad. Though it's only going to be covering the bottom part of the map, maybe anticipating some spawns coming in. Ultimately, doesn't get any future kills, but Drainic does trade themselves across. The gap between the two teams stays pretty much constant. But D-Pat, one absolute monster, is staying up. Irrelevant. Whoa! Wait a second. What just happened? SAD just closed the distance. And they did it in style. Now, respawns coming in. Alex going to get cut down in short order. Kuru as well. Suddenly, SAD are back into this game as Darren grabs 2 more. And manages to plump up that score. Amatri, we remember them from before. Some exceptionally well-placed grenades. Backpack Magic are being driven off the field. They're trying to respawn in. They've only got 4 members. Now 3 members. Backpack, they are being cut down here literally as they spawn. Absolutely dogpiled by the SAD squad. Now it's Alex over to the side. DCL, XVI, and Koru in from the other. I think this one has surely got to be done. You can see it's 1 versus a million here. And if Backpack Magic win the lead, maybe they could find a way to hold on. But I don't think it can happen anymore unless we see some Backpack Magic teammates come back in. Now, you know, we have personally witnessed 3v5s go the way of the 3. But there we go. Suthi will reconnect back to the game. This is the last chance for the Backpacks to stay in the tournament. 100 euros will definitely not be theirs if they lose out this game. Of course, the next best of 5 will be what determines who does take that home. Backpack Magic forced right back to the back of the map. Trying to hold the command center against the encroaching forces of SAD. Drainic charging through. Hero getting more kills as well. The resounding kabooms of all that heavy artillery. Hero, best performance so far, 10 and 3. But it's a great performance in an era of great performances. Arthur, ZX, hola! I hope that you are doing well, because I think we may well have found our other finalists, and they're more than happy to be SAD. Hero going in as Amachi gets 1 more along with Darren and the rest of the team. It's a formality at this point. SAD, they must prepare themselves for they have a date not just with Destiny, but with the Victory of Lords team. The best of 5 grand finals will be coming up shortly. Let Danny know what's going on as we take a look across at those big old numbers. Impressive stuff from, honestly, the whole team. SAD looking pretty darn good, but are they Victory of Lords beating good? Of course, there's only one way to be sure. We're going to get a custom game set up for you guys before the grand finals does begin. ESL 1, 2, 3. Oops. As always. And the global chat invite. Where have we not gone to? Overtime. Let's do it. So, come and join us, guys. DR Eunice, welcome, welcome. There'll be a global chat invite. There'll be personal invites for any of you guys who've added me as a friend already. If you get into any of these community games and add me as a friend, whenever we're on stream, you'll get complimentary invites to every single one of our community games, because that's just how we roll around here. Watts, welcome, welcome. And Soldier, good to see ya, good to see ya. Just find a couple more bodies. Then we'll get this one started. Oh, it looks like we've already got the grand finals beginning. So we'll get this game started and then we'll leave you guys to it. ESL 123, this game will remain live. But for us, we have got ESL business to attend to. Victory of Lords, they've been waiting for their opponents and now they have them. Woo! SAD representing the UK versus Vol OP representing France in all its glory. Which is the best team? Well, we're going to find out the old-fashioned way, which is, of course, a brawl in MC5 best of 5. It's the only way, to be sure. We're getting into that first lobby. I think we've got a few players in here already. So, once they have all arrived, we'll get things kicked off. Our best of 5 grand finals is just about to begin. And we'll see you guys back here as soon as all the players are ready to kick things off. Well, it's time for the finals. SAD and VOL. A best of 5 starts here on Conversion. Let's find out who is the dominant faction on iOS. Apologies for the delay. It looks like the teams... I think there was a 5th player in there, so I don't know if the SAD team decided to ask to go ahead with 4 or just their 5th. Did not connect. Victory of Lords. They were dominant in their own games. Now it turns into a brawl for all as the Lords get those first 3 kills. Of course, make the deity of this tournament. Absolutely astonishing stuff. Red July Cup number 4 is Make's story to make it happen. Gets 4 kills before being taken down. Those are some pretty good numbers when there's only 4 sad players to be found. God comes out, cut down by Hero. Doesn't avoid the second shot though. First minute down, the Lords are in the lead. Mate's gonna go charging forward once again with the rest of the Victory Lords team away on the other flank. Miles and smiles away. Make catches one of the SAD members trying to transition as Hero moves up the other flank. Does get that first kill trying to roll up the side of the Lords. But there's 4 Lords coming the way of 2 SAD members. They take out 1. Victory Lords could run into a little bit of trouble here. Hero has been doing some real good stuff. The grenade grabs 1. Hero falls as well as Stress doesn't quite escape from that last encounter with their life. Phoenix trying to back away, drops down the decoy for just to buy a few seconds more. The damage keeps on pouring out. Phoenix doing some real nice work, matching Make and Cheeto with no deaths at all so far. The Lords team looking extremely strong. For SAD, it's all about the Hero. In the number 2 position for the squad, Phoenix trying to hold the line for Victory of Lords, who are setting up a base on the extreme right of the map. Cheeto, holding the line, has taken their first death, goes charging forward through the smoke and flames, pumps 1 bullet into an SAD member, and it's only Frozen left out there. Heroes charging right into the center of the Lords, but the numbers don't lie, and they are getting torn to pieces. Make and Phoenix still rocking up the top. Players, as you said over on Twitch, Phoenix is having one hell of a game. Stress leading the Lords most literally as they go charging out while Stress goes down. The rest of the team charges forward. SAD, they do get some kills in, but they're now down to just 3 members. Some internet connection issues, perhaps, for the SAD team representing the UK would be a disaster for them in the grand finals if they cannot compete at full strength. Frozen trying to hide, but there's grenades coming through everywhere. Cheetah providing that long-range firepower. Phoenix with even longer range firepower as Hero tries to hunt down the opposition. 12 and 11. Yes, 3v5. Not the way we want the first grand finals game to go. Hopefully SAD can find ways to get their other players back into the game. Maybe some refreshes on their equipment, some restarts will fix everything. SAD, they've got control of this back area. Victory of Lords, more than happy to go charging in. Make does get cut down. It's only God left in this back area, but it's Victory of Lords up to 40 kills. Pumping out those last shots, of course. If you need a job done, you need it done with a slack. Coming from the other side will be Stress, and they complete the pincer maneuver onto Sad. Hero spawning back in, throwing out shotgun shots with wild abandon. 17 and 3. Oh boy. That is an incredible performance from Hero in a game like this. While everybody else is dying around you, Hero is standing amidst the smoke and fire. But ultimately that smoke and fire will be the consumption of SAD. Victory of Lords, they get the first grand finals game. And if things continue this way, it could be a very swift grand finals. Recognition, of course, to Phoenix, to God, and to Make, all putting out crazy good numbers. Cheeto as well. But over on the other side, it's all about Hero most kills in that game. If SAD can pull it together, the whole roster, who knows what they can do? We shall find out with Game 2 of the Grand Finals coming up in just a few minutes' time. Boom. It's time for game number 2. SAD, last time round they couldn't hold on to their roster. And it did not end well for them, while Hero lived up to their name, putting on an incredible performance. It ultimately was not enough. SAD, now with at least 4 players connected, and we hope they can hold on once more. Stress grabs the first 2 kills, backs off. The Lords in the lead for now. Bomber on a mish as Make drops in with a little calm for action. This could open an opportunity here for Sad to come back into this, as Frozen along with Darren will keep on pumping out those bullets. That shred, a statement of intent. Cheeto around from the side, misses the first shot. May get a chance at a second. Gets taken down to 10%, but it's Make who steps in and finishes the job, veering away once more from those snipers that have been so successful to the raw power of the shotgun in close quarters. Shows no fear whatsoever. We'll be receiving a visit from more SAD members as the Victory of Lords take over the center of the map. Looking pretty darn good right now as they continue to pump out the damage. Team Captain Stress doing a real nice job as Make just survives that last encounter. Frozen is up on the roof, firing down, looking for those headshots. Can't quite find it. And Make manages to push themselves ahead. Finally falls down, as does Cheeto charging up the stairs. Darren, down at the bottom, sees what happens to their teammate, who decides to go forward nonetheless. The respawn comes in, brings back their teammate at the top of the stairs. Frozen and the rest of SAD, even with a 4-person unit, they are still trying to fight for territory here. Phoenix, we saw before, with a pretty impressive run, is now going to be falling behind a little bit compared to, well, particularly the biggest hitter for SAD, Hero, on the commander, keeping things frosty in the close quarters, dropping down those armor packs for their comrades. But everyone else is dying around them. Victory of Lords take back the lead. Make on a flanking mission around, gets the first shot, gets the second. Victory of Lords win out that last fight handily. Charging in comes the rest of the SAD squad. Frozen coming in, going 1 versus 3. A bold move indeed. God taken out from the Victory Lords side. It's a absolute bloodbath in the center. They are respawning in straight away with the inducements from the support. You can respawn right in place as long as your support player stays alive, which means you never need to be running back to the center. You're right back in the heart of the action from the very beginning. 4 minutes left to play. Both teams neck and neck. This is what we wanted to see. SAD, they've shown they can go toe-to-toe with the Lords. Hero, still being the best in the game right now, will be able to take down any member of Victory Lords who steps up to them. They will receive a melee death for their troubles, as Stress continues to hurl themselves in. An explosion around the corner will be enough to finish the job. Hero continuing to work their magic, running upstairs for a little bit of regen. Covers their escape with a good grenade down and drops in on the competition just to finish the job. We're down to the last few kills coming in. 3 minutes left on the clock. We are never going to see that 0-0-0-0 come true. 7 kills could go either way. Lewis, yes, Stress is definitely doing better than the previous game, though they have dropped off from the early aggression. A trade across. We've got to keep our eyes on Hero. 21 kills. It's still a monster. Respawn right in front does take down Hero. Make not performing as well as Heroes is, but who's going to take the final kill? We have to get inside there. And it's Sad. By a margin of just a single shot, a single kill. One of the most brutal games I've ever seen on Streets is over, and the series has officially been equalized. Woo-wee. God, you know, what can you say about Hero, though? 22 kills. How far can Hero play for the SAD team? Just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Nearly as many kills for SAD as the rest of the team. Guys, we have got a Game 3 coming up. You do not want to miss it. Two fierce competing teams will be going out once again, but how far can Hero stretch for SAD? Let's find out after the break. This is the turning point. Game 3 of our grand finals. Which one of these two mighty teams, these heroes in their own right, will find their way through and take the advantage? Whoever wins here is one game away from the championship. First blood goes to Victory of Lords. Make, of course, is going to be making a wish, setting up that play very nicely for Stress there, who was able to step in from the side and finish the job. SAD in control no longer, but it could all change very quickly. Make is stepping back into their carry shoes. Doesn't manage to hit those shots though. I don't know quite how those went wide, but they did. Cheeto is there to finish off the job, but Hero, of course, it's slugging away in the center of the action. The Severance shot's going to go wide. Man, there's a big old clip in that Severance shotgun. Stress, 3-0 so far. Victory of Lords seem to have a statement of intent right now. Strenic grabs another. The SAD squad trying to control these corridors as best they can, stacking up behind the boxes. But as soon as they walk forward, Stress is there with all the bullets in the world. 5-0 so far, round the corner. But an unfortunate end to that killing streak. Guys, if you are Spanish speaking, then you may well be interested in Gladiator Games, who just finished their 24-hour live stream. There's a link in the chat to their channel if you want to support one of our MC5 content creators. They're in round the corner. The team stacking up. Nice use of the shield there, but it may not be enough. You can see Dranic and Frozen trying to hold their ground as best they can. Make is continuing to be monstrous as God just escapes out of the last section. Cheeto continuing to pick up some nice sniper kills. You can see the bullets pattering around them as Darren and the rest of SAD go in fiercely, but ultimately get thrown back. Phoenix with the scores, Make with the chase. Cheeto and God off the field for the moment. 10 kills ahead of Victories of Lords. Norman Zane and no recoil. I'm not sure which particular one you're referring to. Norman Zane? Maybe... Oh, No Man's Aim. Let us know. It's looking like the Lords have got control here. Cheeto and Make and Phoenix and Stress, and honestly, God to a lesser extent as well. They're all locking in so many points for the French squad, looking to reclaim their place right back up at the top. SAD on paper came in as, I believe, the favourites, having got a victory over the Lords before. But as we come to the halfway mark, Victory of Lords, they are close to ending this one. SAD just managed to get up to 30 kills. Victory Lords nearly up to 40 with themselves. In control of the top of the rooftops is Victory of Lords. There's only two ways up here. Of course, you can always shoot back up through the skylights or chuck a grenade or two onto the rooftops themselves. But the Lords taking very few chances here. They are making sure they've got an iron grip on this game. They're staying out of those corridors, which, while they've been successful for the Victory of Lords squad, are risky. This way, the SAD team have got so few opportunities, even fighting with with a full 5-person roster, to get the kills they need as the timer runs out. Charging onto the rooftop will be Darren, cut down in short order. Needs to have a distraction up the stairs. Cheeto trying to intercept before that commander gets into play. That commander, I believe, is going to be, yes, the hero themselves, charging up the stairs. Gets one. Do the rest of the team know that they're there? I do not think so. And it wasn't even that guaranteed a kill, but still happened anyway. Victory of Lords, though, while Hero is doing all they can, the Victory of Lords team leaning on Cheeto. He falls down that last exchange and Make at the bottom of the stairs is where the final gasp of SAD in Game 2 has been heard. The Lords now up 2 games to 1. Hero again stepping up, and also Darren doing a real good job. Cheeto and Make, but yeah, look at the point spread. Stress has 9 kills, Cheeto has 11. That's a tiny point spread on the team. The whole of the Lords stepping forward. They are 1 game away from the win. We'll be back in just a few moments' time. These teams have been very quick on getting the lobby set up, so don't go anywhere. And we'll see you for game number 4. Boom! It's time! It's time for game number 4 between SAD and the Victory of Lords. Let's see what they've got for us. Victory of Lords, they got 2 games in the bag already. Can they grab another? We have seen the rise of Hero. For SAD, for Victory of Lords, they had the astounding game 2 where they had a point spread of 2 between their best and worst performing player. Let's get it on! As Hero locks down 2 early kills, SAD fighting for the championship, fighting to stay alive and see a game number 5. Control of the sarcophagus room is in Victory of Lords' hands right now, as Drox attempts to control the flanking members of SAD around the corner. It's Hero, not to be trifled with, but Cheeto gets the kill, and that's advantage to the Lords. Lewis, the supporter of Victory of Lords, it's looking pretty good for their chances. Nice grenade, though, as Hero and the rest of the squad, they open the door, but God slams that door back in their face. Stress trying to keep the points flowing. Down in the center of the map, bombing run will put pace. SAD, they've only got 2 members up at any given time. Almatri and Hero trying to find their way back in, ducking and diving under those explosions, trying to reform the team, but Make is not inclined to give them the opportunity. God is on the hunt, looking for more. Hero in from the flank, going to try and lead the charge behind that shield. Make able to beat them out and survive the experience. Bounty Hunter with that shotgun. God from the side of Victory Lords, unstoppable, making use of the oh so classic Cogv. Oh boy, oh boy. Good catch there from Frozen. Every kill counts, every kill matters. Darren on the flank, Hero down below. Frozen coming in from the side, gets a kill, it stays even. Still holding the line, Cheeto in the close quarters, backs away for now, takes a huge explosion to the face as Frozen is starting to step up for the SAD team representing the UK against Victory Lords from France. Hero grabs even more. 6 and 8, 7 and 6, I do apologize. So far, as more explosions rain in, another bombing run runs a little short. The airstrike might come from the other side. Hero gets blown up. Nicely comboed together. That's the power of the Bounty Hunter. You never need to want for all the explosions in the world. Victory Lords is trading kills right now as they set themselves up once again, the sarcophagus room where it all started and where it could all end. Airstrike gonna run across the SAD lines. Drux getting that last kill. It's gonna come down to these last couple of pushes. Make able to steal away that last kill and disengage just in time. Darren on one side, Draenic on the other. It's a 2-pronged attack. Charging in comes Draenic. Has been spotted out. Has to reload. Surely they still get a kill. They will of course die. But it's one way to make sure that you go out fighting. The Lords are taking the lead. The big push comes in from SAD. They're going to be going in all guns blazing. Stress does pick up 1 kill. Looking for a second. Can't do it against the Hero. But the Hero will be exploded. The big 4-0 reached by Victory of Lords. SAD, they will need Hero to step up even more than before. Now rocking the Cogv for a little bit of that extra long-range firepower. Drox trying to find the flank grab, but it's Cheeto who gets the kill. Chasing forwards, now disengaging Victory Lords. They've got themselves that little bit closer. Hero creeping up, looking up the top of the stairs, gets 2 before being fallen down, but Frozen finishes off the job. It's so very close. One kill separates the two squads. This game could be it. If the Lords win out here, Make lighting up the sky and the ground. Darren comes in from the back, picks up 2. Frozen hits as well. SAD, they're just behind. The Drox and the rest of the squad, they are trying to hunt down the hero who's trying desperately to get away, finds the way back out through. Airstrike coming in, hero grabs another. Can they finalize the job? They're down to half health. Airstrike, but Mate comes in from the side, takes down hero. This is gonna be it. The victory of Lords. They take this series, and what a hell of a game to end out today's competition. Woo! And by the end of it, Make officially overtakes Hero. Hero firing on all cylinders all the way through that last game. The whole series, the whole tournament. But the Lords are back on top. They will not be denied. They grab themselves the grand prize of 100 euros. And of course can call themselves champions once again. They've been denied, but this time they will not be. What an incredible finals, and what a way to end our weekend of MC5 action. Guys, thank you so much for dropping by and spending your Sunday with us. Our thanks, of course, to Hero Gaming Simon, our heroic moderator, who made sure that the stream stayed a great place to be, and to Danny W, and to Antrax for doing the moderating action during the tournament. Without those guys, we would have no tournament at all. Thank you to the players for giving us great games, and for you guys, again, for coming by and giving us your time. Oh boy, oh boy. So guys, we will be back next weekend with more MC5 action. Monthly finals will be coming up a little way down in the future. That's what all these weekly tournaments are for, is to get to those monthly finals and prove your worth. And of course, claim the big prizes as well. Guys, if you haven't already, please do follow Modern Combat on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, any place you can find it. It's greatly appreciated. Congratulations again to the Victory of Lords team. If you'd like to find out about my good self, you can find me at CounterfeitCast on all the social media platforms, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, all that good stuff. I like to post any pictures of any animals or flowers that I come across. Whew. Again, thank you very much, guys. It's been quite the pleasure. We'll hope to see you next week. We'll be back on Android, and of course, we'll have our regular iOS competition as well. We'll see you then.